and time for the end of day wrap. Something I want to do throughout these daily wraps is try and show you a little bit of the beauty of Kathmandu as well, and what a vantage point I'm being treated to here. It's a pretty clear day. Can sometimes get even clearer. You can see temples up on the hills there, coming right the way across to the whole city itself, including the famous iconic tower that's been rebuilt after that devastating earthquake back in 2015. And if you look really closely in the distance, you can actually see some of those snow-capped mountains as well. I love this city. It's one of the most beautiful places, I reckon, anywhere in the world, with the greatest people. But to the cricket. For today, it was a really interesting day of action and very consequential games. Lumbini Lions were in action yet again this morning, and if they lost, they were gone from the tournament. There was no mathematical way for them to get through. But one man has stood out in this competition. He's the captain of Nepal. He's also the captain of the Lumbini Lions. Rohit Paudel was simply exceptional. He made 81 with the bat, having been brought to the crease early after a couple of beautiful deliveries from Rijan Dakal had cleaned up the two openers, both for very low scores. He just seems to do it again and again and again, sometimes in the most difficult of situations. 81 he made in really good time. He actually was maybe thinking of a century, because the ball he got out to very nearly went for 6. It got caught right on the rope, right out there, and it would have gone for 6. That would have given him 3 balls from 87. He might have been able to make that elusive 100. He's got 261 runs in the tournament and 7 wickets. And Lumbini Lions, with that total that they made, having lost the toss this morning in the most difficult of conditions, they certainly deserved the win. It was a 114 run partnership that he put on with Sad bin Safar, who I thought played really well, although he did have a life. Sohail Tanvir dropped a chance that really he's not going to want to see again. That was moments after Jan Nicol Lofty-Eaton's outstanding grab. And the Rhinos, I thought Mala captained well again, but he let them get away. Last 5 or 6 overs, the fielding really let them down, as Paudel and Sad bin Safar put on 114 and really put them to the sword. It was never really a contest in the chase, although there was a few little moments at the start where they just started to get going, but wickets fell regularly, and who else would it have been but Rohit Paudel himself? 4 for 17. He's now got 7 wickets in the tournament, the 5th leading wicket taker to go alongside the top run scorer. He was the player of the match, and rightly so. I thought he was simply exceptional today. Special mention for Sad bin Safar too. He also picked up a wicket. And finally, the Lumbini Lions, they tasted victory. What he said to me in the post-match presentation was, "I've been waiting to come and be interviewed by you." Okay, on to the afternoon game. That meant the Lions finally picked up their first 2 points, and this afternoon's game was really important too, because the Pokhara Avengers, they'd only picked up 1 win so far, whereas the Yaks had picked up 2. We bid a very fond farewell to Shikhar Dhawan. He lit up the tournament through his 4 games, and it was lovely to see him post a farewell message on his Instagram story. And I did ask him on air, didn't I, will he be back? He said yes, hopefully, if my knees can hold up. Imagine him back here in the Nepal Premier League for season 2. So what about the afternoon game? How did it all go? Well, ultimately, I thought it was a really strange game. 46 for none. Dinesh Karel, that young left-hander from New Zealand of Nepalese origin, has really impressed me. Thought he played nicely, as did Andreas House, and it looked like they were well on track for a 160, 170. And then an absolute collapso. Will Bosisto, we said his off breaks were part-time. They were anything but. He took 6 wickets. They were the best figures of the tournament. I thought he bowled really well, really effectively, got good turn, and with 103 on the board, it was just never going to be enough for the Pokhara Avengers. They seemed to find a way to get themselves into trouble throughout this competition, and now they're really staring down the barrel because they've only got 2 points. They did pick up a couple of early wickets. Again, we saw some good bowling from Khatri, but he dropped a chance in the deep, and Gulshan Jah, he took a long while to warm up. 4 off 20 at one stage. He showed us his awesome power, hit plenty of 6s, including that slog sweep. He hit a massive one onto the roof of our broadcasting building, which is a 3-story roof. So ultimately, that was the end of the day. What a day it was. Loved every second of it. And when you get to come back and finish your day and look at things like this, how can you not love this place, Nepal? It's bringing this Premier League, it's bringing this country to the world, and hopefully you're really enjoying every second of it. Tomorrow, we'll have a double header again in action. Please do come and join us. It'll be live on Star Sports. I'll see you then.